Okay, good evening, everyone. This is Mordecai Orimilade, and you're welcome to Top Club webinar for the month of May. I want to know how excited you all are. And once you're joining, let me know where you're joining from. I know you are ready for tonight's session. Tonight, you'll be learning how to communicate with confidence, okay? And our guest speaker is here with us. Her name is Comfort Mordi. She'll be sharing how we can use the power of our voice to change our world. I know everyone watching me tonight and everyone that watched this replay, you have something in you that you know the world needs. God intentionally placed something that He wants us to communicate to the world. Many people have been held back by their fears, like what people say, what people think, and most people don't even know how to communicate the message they have inside of them. Okay. A few years ago, like before I started all this thing I do, I was usually scared to even come online to speak to people. I'm usually very shy and scared. And sometimes when I see people doing what I should be doing, I feel somehow that I can do this. Okay. But through the journey for the past few years, I've been able to develop myself, read books, learn from people ahead of me, and I'm improving. I'm getting better every day at communicating what I have inside of me. Okay, and I know that you have something inside of you that the world needs, and you must not let fear hold you back. Fear of communicating it to the world. Okay, and tonight we have someone amazing in our midst. Okay, she's going to share how you can communicate with confidence, how you can bring out that thing inside of you and let people know it, let people understand it, and let people be changed by it. All right, so let me know where you're joining from. I'll quickly update the group now. I know someone should do that already, but let me just do that now. Okay, so, and if you're on this call, okay, just share it on the on Top Club too, okay, so that everyone can join us and no one should miss tonight's session. All right. So very quickly, I'll read our introduction and then I'll welcome her. She'll get started. Okay. So once you join this live, let me know where you're joining from and let me know how excited you are for tonight's session. So our guest speaker tonight, Comfort Mordi, is a personal development and communication expert, and she's also a teacher. She's the founder of the Flaming Lamp Media, a startup media and communication consultancy firm that is set to deliver and help those who want to explore the world, overcome limiting beliefs, speak their essence, influence, and grow their visibility and impact, and also income through effective communication, strategic positioning, and public speaking. She's also the lead facilitator at Speak to Stardom Academy. I saw some of the testimonials of our current coach, okay, at the Speak to Stardom Academy. I could see the amazing reviews, people that are shy, people that don't know how to speak in public. Some I remember this, I watched the story of a girl who was really shy and feel like has low self-esteem. But after going through our program, I saw her speaking on like video. Okay, so I'm seeing the amazing work she's doing through Speak to Stardom Academy. And Speak to Stardom Academy is an online public speaking academy. Okay, she's also a professional corporate event compere, okay, with over 3 years of experience in moderating conferences, both international and national, okay, industry conferences, presidential and government functions, virtual conferences, informal events, and corporate events. And tonight, you've read about, she has won several awards. Let me just list a few of it, okay, so you know that the person that we have in our midst, the lady we have in our midst, is not just an ordinary individual. She's someone of great value. Okay, so she has been nominated and won several awards, such as the Future Leadership Public Service and Entrepreneurship Award as the Public Speaker of the Year 2022. That's amazing. Okay, 2022. She's also the 2022 Top 100 Smart Brands by Smart Brand Africa. She has the award of recognition by BCMA Award Spotlight as an outstanding speaker of the year. She also has award of recognition for speaking at the Young and Earning Summit 2022 organized by Emeka Nubis. She's also the 2022 top 500 influential brands and many more. There are many things to her, okay, but tonight let me stop here and let me welcome our speaker as she share with us how to communicate with confidence, how to use our voice to change our words. So let's welcome, see, as I welcome her, please, I beg our state, please give her a round of applause, a clap innovation. Good evening, Comfort. Thanks for joining us tonight. I really appreciate your presence and I do not take it for granted. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good evening, everyone. I'm super excited to be here. Um, so, before I go straight to it, thank you, Mordecai, for the opportunity to share my knowledge. I'm always happy, like, I'm always excited whenever I'm called to talk about communication because it is, for me, I always tell people that communication is one of the most important things in life because everything that we do, from building relationships to business, in academy, every single thing that we do, it all boils down to communication. All right. So I want to say a very big thank you for the platform and what you're doing in the lives of young people and teenagers. It's really, really wonderful and amazing. And I want to congratulate everyone that is here. You might be wondering, oh, why is she congratulating me for being here? I'm the one wasting my data. No, you're not going to be wasting your data tonight. You're not going to be wasting your time tonight because I'm going to be sharing my wealth of knowledge in communication. And I will do my best to finish in time so that everybody who has questions can ask questions that they have. But like he said, my name is Comfort Mordi. Good evening, Eze. Good evening, every single person. I just want to celebrate you. So let's get straight to it. What is our topic for tonight? Our topic for tonight is communicating with confidence. And in that topic, it says how to use the power of your voice to change the world and share your message. How to use the power of your voice to change the world. The first thing you need to understand is when people say communicating with confidence, confidence doesn't just come. How do you get that confidence? And I like the tagline that says using the power of your voice. So we are going to look at three key things in the hook line. The first thing is power. The second thing is your voice. And the third thing is, to change the world. So we have communicating with confidence, using the power of your voice to change the world. So I'm going to be talking about three things that are very important for me and that has helped me to do so well in my career as a communications expert and a public speaker. The first thing is we have three key things we are going to be talking about today. Number one is what I said, power. The second thing is voice. And the third thing is change. So before you think about confidence, you have to first of all understand that you have power. So what is power? Power is the ability to cause change or the ability to enforce something. So for now, I want us to see power in this context as your will. All right. There has to be a will inside of you before you can communicate with confidence. You have to understand that God created you with the will, with the ability to make a change. You cannot have confidence if you do not understand, first of all, that you have will. And what is will? Will is the mindset, the right mindset, the readiness to do something, to enforce change in our society, in a particular system, to make sure that something happens, something works. All right. So whenever I hear people say you need to have confidence, I say that the first thing is you need to understand that you have the power to what make a change. If you do not understand the place of power, there is no way you can make change. There's no way you can have confidence because confidence comes from within. Winning comes from within. Whatever you see winners do, whatever you see people do, and there's a lot of change, they have the ability to make things work, is because they've sat to themselves and they understand that I'm not just here to live on earth. I am here to dominate. So, first of all, you need to understand that power is will, power is the ability, the mindset to cause change. I always say something, one of my best chapters in the Bible. I'm a Christian. I love Genesis chapter 1 so much because God has used it to open my eyes to so many things that I do. So last year, I held my first physical event and I shared with the participants what God revealed to me about Genesis chapter 1. And one thing I understand from Genesis chapter 1 is that the Bible says, go into the world and dominate, replicate your kind. So most people think it's about you just getting married, having children that look like you. No, it goes beyond having children. Fun fact is, truthfully speaking, not every one of us are going to have children. It is not because God is not fair, but that is just how life is. Not every one of us are going to have children. Not every one of us are going to get married. All right. Then, when is the Bible says go into the world and dominate? If you don't have children, does it mean that you're not going to dominate the earth? No, it doesn't mean that you're not dominating the earth. You dominate the earth by your legacy. You dominate the earth by the values that you inculcate in others. You dominate the earth by the resources that you have. You dominate the earth by writing books that would outlive you, something to show that you passed here on earth. That is how you dominate the earth. And that is how you show that you have will to want to change something. Because changing something, you need the resources. But I can give you 1 million naira today. I can put you into, a powerhouse with the greatest leaders in the world, right? But if you do not have the will, if you do not know that you have the power to effect change, even if you are with the best leaders in the world, those that are ready to hold you by the hand and teach you how to effect change, nothing is going to happen because you have not seen yourself as somebody that is worthy of taking a step towards causing change. So I like the hook line in this topic: communicating with confidence, using the power of your voice to change the world. So the first thing you have to understand is that you have power to change the world. You have the ability to change the world. It's inside of you. There's an African proverb that says that even the asshole has an importance. Even the hair around the asshole has an importance. So no matter how you think that you don't have 1 million gifts, no matter how you think that, oh, I only know how to do one thing, or I think I don't know how to do anything, it is a lie. It is just because you have not found your purpose. You have not found what you want to do yet. You have not found that thing that is unique that God has deposited in you. Because many times we want to just look at somebody out there, look at what they are doing, and then we want to compare ourselves with them and say that, oh, this person is doing so many things. Some person say, oh, comfort can speak, comfort can write, comfort can do this, comfort can do that. But there are some things you can do that I cannot do. So you first of all have to understand that I have the power to do something. It first starts with you identifying that you have the will, having the mindset to do something. So I'm going to share my story with you, right? I was a late bloomer. So what a late bloomer means is I am very small in stature. And when people see me, they think I'm a Gen Z, all right? I'm small. I have a very baby face and everything. So when I was growing up, when I was in secondary school, I was bullied a whole lot, and that affected my mindset. All right, it affected the way I saw myself. It affected the way I thought about life and everything. And then so many things happened, and I just felt like, I don't think I can amount to anything in life. I wasn't saying it out to people. I wished for great things, but I was not certain about achieving those things until I had a mindset shift. For many years, I struggled. I ran away from facing the camera. Look at how I'm facing the camera and speaking to a lot of people. I've spoken to an audience that thousands of people before. But before this happened, I always used to be a very shy person. Now, shyness is just a tag. God did not create anybody to be shy. God did not create anybody to be introverted. These things are just social constructs. These things are just tags, social construct tags that have been given to us to describe or box us into a particular space. So I because I like to stay on my own a lot and I can be a very quiet person, I decided to think that, oh, this is just who I am. This is just what I am. I cannot go beyond this space. I cannot go beyond this place that I am. All right. But then I began to understand after a while, I was tired. I was tired of staying in the same place that I am. Oh, I'm very intelligent, but my intelligence was helping not even me because I had not understood that I have the power to overcome and not listen to whatever naysayers have said and describe me to be. It was until I had a mindset change in less than a year people began to invite me to come and speak at different conferences. My life changed drastically. Like my life changed tremendously. You understand? I began to earn. I've earned millions on the internet because it's not like I went to learn any of these skills from anywhere. But it first of all started with me understanding that I have the power to do something. I have the power to make a change. Many of you, the reason you are still where you are is because you think that you do not have the power. So the reason I'm hitting on power is because before you can come out and speak with confidence or make a change, you need to understand that you have the ability to do so. Then the next thing here is the voice, using the power of your voice. Now that you know you have power to effect change, what is voice? Voice in this context will be your gifts, would be your talent, would be your skills, and would be resources. So you can have power, but you do not have the skills. You can have power, but you do not have the resources. All right. So, what is your voice? Your voice is that thing that is unique about you. Yes. Every single one of us have different sounds, have different voices. Even if I were a twin, the way my twin will sound will be different from how I'm going to sound. Every single person, if you put a blind person here today and the blind person stays for a few hours or a few days, he or she can familiarize himself with every single person's voice without having to see what you look like. This is because each of us have unique voices. We have the way we sound. So no matter how you try to fake it, you would always see yourself going back to sounding how you originally should sound. So aside having power, you need to understand that you have to find your unique voice. What is unique about you? What skills do you have? All right. What resources do you have? You can have power. Yes. We've seen a lot of people that are very wealthy today, but they do not have a voice. So you can have wealth, you can have riches, you can have connections. But what resources do you have? What skills do you have? I wrote here that, your voice is your vision, your voice is your goals, and your voice is, the resources you have, your gift, your talents. What are the things that you can use as a weapon to enchant the world? What are the weapons of your enchantment? What are the things that you're going to use to make a change? Something that would be your brand identity. That when somebody sees this tag, somebody sees this handwriting, somebody sees this color, they can know that that is your voice. You need to develop something that is unique about you. So, what is that unique thing about you that you can use to change the world? That the world will use to know that, yes, this is your voice. It's so unfortunate that today we live in a world where everybody wants to be like one role model somewhere or one celebrity somewhere, forgetting that there is something unique about themselves. You cannot change the world. You cannot communicate with confidence if you're not authentic about yourself. So you need to ask yourself certain questions. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What skills do I have? You cannot communicate with confidence if you do not have any skill. Have you sharpened your communication skills? Aside the fact that you have so much knowledge, will people be willing to listen to you? Have you sharpened your skills to the point that you've learned the right diction, you've learned the right elocution, you've learned the right body language? Before we talk about communication, we need to first of all set this foundation right. So what are the things that you have? What are those things that you've set right for yourself? If I give you an opportunity today to pitch yourself before the top power leaders in the world, what will you pitch? What is the voice that you have? What is the unique thing about you that you want to pitch if you are given the opportunity to sell yourself? If you do not have an answer to this question, then you've not found your voice yet. So your voice could be your God-given talent. It could be that you know how to sing. It could be that you are very good at being analytic. That is a good skill. It could be that you are very talented. Please give me a second. All right, sorry, I had power issues. So, what is the voice? What has God given to you? Do you understand? You need to identify what is unique about you. It could be that God has given you so many things. So, regardless wherever I put you today, if you have not found your voice, then there's an issue. You need to be able to understand, oh, this is what God has said about me. This is the thing that is unique about me. Many of you don't, today you want to do this, tomorrow you want to do that. Every single time, you are just flowing with the tide. You don't have you don't even know, register for every course that you see online, you register for it. Because if they say affiliate marketing is it today, you run to affiliate marketing. If they say this is it today, you run to that. You've not found yourself. You've not found where you want to be in the next 5 years, in the next 3 years. What are the strengths that you have? So your voice is like your microphone, all right? It's just like somebody standing on a podium with millions of people. There's a limit to what your natural voice can do. So if you do not have a microphone, you cannot go too far. You will get frustrated at some point because you're going to wear out your vocal cords, all right? You're going to wear out your vocal cords. People at the back will not hear you, and they'll start shouting, "We cannot hear you, we cannot hear you." And that kind of thing, you get tired and frustrated. It's the same thing when you do not have an amplifier. Your voice is your amplifier. So your voice is your strength, the skills that you have. What skills have you learned? We live in an era where, there's an influx of information. What skills have you taken your time to learn? What skills have you taken your time to learn? What digital skills do you have? All right. How well do you communicate? How well do you understand the Internet of Things? So many of you in this age and time, you don't know how to use a laptop. So many things you cannot do. If you are given an opportunity today, you are going to be the one to destroy the opportunity yourself because you're not prepared. So these things are things you need to ask yourself. Aside the fact that I want to have the opportunity to share my knowledge, do I really have what it takes to share that knowledge? All right. Then you want to ask yourself, okay, what are the things I really want to change in life? What are the things that I don't want to see? This would help you to understand to help you understand really the change you want to see in life. Then the next thing here is change. So change is your objective. I wrote here that your objectives and your key results, the results you want to see in life, the things, your legacy, that is change. So before you think of communicating, the first thing you need to understand is that you need to tell yourself that you have the ability to make a change. Then the second thing is you need to understand that you have a voice, which is your skills, your talents, your gifts, your resources, the vision that you have. Then the change is the goals that you have, the legacy that you want to keep. If you die today, what will you be remembered for? That is change. When you've understood these things, that is when you can now start to talk about communication. When you're clear about your voice, clear about the fact that you have the power and ability to make change, and clear about the kind of change that you want to make, that is when you can begin to say, okay, then how do I communicate with confidence? If you're not clear on all of these things, you cannot have confidence. Confidence will be far away from you because every time you're given an opportunity, you would mess up because you have not gained clarity of purpose yet. So it first starts with you identifying purpose, identifying that you have the ability. Take away naysayers, take away whatever things they've told you about yourself, and believe in the report of God for your life. Believe in what is right about you. Believe in the fact that you were not here on earth just to come and look at the stars and be like another face in the crowd. You were here to be a light bearer. And so understanding that, you first have to think about the power that you have and identify your voice. Okay, this is what I want to change. All right. Then after identifying your voice, the next thing you want to identify is you now identify your objective key results, your goals, the change you want to see, and you also now begin to identify the legacy you want to leave behind. One way to get a legacy is by having values. So what are your values? You see, many of us don't know our values. We think we know. That is why it is easy for you to just, be tossed by every wind of doctrine. Every little thing people can, just brainwash you, gaslight you into doing things that you originally shouldn't do. So you first of all have to understand that I have a legacy. I have goals. I have values. What are your values? You need to first of all outline your values, because these are the things that would make you go far and reach the ends of the world. Yes, because people would fall in love with your personality, fall in love with your authentic self, fall in love with your values. So, what values do you have that you want to show to the world? What are the values you think you have? You need to be able to tell yourself, okay, my value is integrity, my value is love, my value is fairness. So no matter whatever happens, no matter how tempting or juicy the offer is, I will not shift from these boundaries, which are my values and the legacy that I want to be known for. Now let's talk about communication. So now let's believe that you understand your voice, you understand power, and you understand the change that you want to make. Then what is communication? Communication is not just you opening your mouth to say, hi, how you doing? Or you trying to have a kind of diction or anything. Communication is the process of passing a message from one person to another through a medium. So I'm going to quickly try to wrap up because this is a very important aspect of communication. All right. So communication is you doing what? Sending information from one person to another through a medium. Now, when we come to communication, we have different elements of communication. Number one, we have the sender, which is you, whoever is sending a message. The sender could be an individual or an entity or an organization, right? Sometimes, if you are using maybe Wema Bank will send you a message. Oh, today is our Independence Day. Now, that is an entity sending you a message. So, an individual could be a sender, a group of people could be senders, an entity, an organization could be a sender. Then we have the receiver, the person that is supposed to receive the message. Then we have the message itself. That is the idea you want to share, the information you want to share, whatever it is you want to share. All right. Then we have the medium. So the medium is the channel through which that information has to pass. Then we will now have what we call noise in communication. Now, noise is anything that distracts or hinders the flow of your message. All right. So, noise could be internal and noise could be external. Now, when I say noise is internal or external, I'm going to explain quickly. So, when I talk about external noise, like when I was talking to you guys, one of my lighting went off. All right. That is noise. External noise. My lights, I got distracted for a bit, and that is noise. So noise is anything, think of when you are talking to your friend and a dog just barks and you both are startled, and that is noise, distraction. So noise is any distraction that hinders the flow of your message. So the example of noise we have external noise and we have internal noise. I know you've not heard about this before. I get that expression every time I teach and I talk about noise in communication. All right. So when it comes to external noise, you could talk about light, you could talk about the weather. You are in a conference and it starts to rain, everybody's running helter skelter trying to cover themselves and shield themselves from the rain. That is noise because it hinders the flow of the message at the time. Now let's talk about internal noise. Internal noise is the kind of noise you cannot see, but you can sense it. So internal noise, your biases about somebody or something. You have a bias about somebody. Somebody has told you something about somebody at work or anything, and then the person is coming to talk to you because you have a particular mindset about this person. You're having a bias in your mind, a perception that might be wrong about that person. That is noise. So noise sometimes could be our beliefs, our cultural beliefs, how we were raised, we were made to believe that, oh, if you do this, this will happen. If you are from this tribe, this is how you do. Those kinds of things are noise. Now, in communication, you need to be able to understand that all of these things are important if you want to communicate and share your message with the world. You don't have to, if you're communicating with somebody and you do not get feedback, you should not believe that you've communicated at all. So communication only happens when, number one, the sender sends a message that the receiver can interpret, understand, and now give feedback. So many times you think you're communicating, but you're actually not communicating if you do not get feedback. So feedback could be vocal, feedback could be non-vocal or non-verbal. So if I tell you that, oh, you're beautiful, and you smile, you're giving me feedback. Or you say thank you, you're giving me feedback. But if you do not give me feedback, it means that you either did not hear what I said or I did not pass my message. So if there's anything you're going to take out from this, aside the first three things I said about your voice, power, and change, you have to understand that your message is only passed to the whoever you're passing it to when they give you feedback. So always make sure that you receive feedback, because if anything happens and you have to defend that you communicated, you're going to ask you, did this person give you feedback or not? Now, how do you now build confidence in speaking? Number one, you build confidence in speaking by building the God confidence. This is just my language, my own term that I used to teach my students when it comes to building confidence in communication. You first of all need to understand that you are a God. All right? You need to understand that here on earth, you are a God. Whether or not you believe it, there is something about our spirituality that connects us as gods. So you need to ask yourself, what are the characteristics of God or being a God? Take your time and research the characteristics of God. Number one, a God is unique and doesn't give a heck about what you think about him or her. Now, when I say don't give a heck about what every other person thinks, I'm not saying that you should be unteachable. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a God or God Almighty, let's use God Almighty as an example. He knows that he is God and he brags about it. There is none like me. Right? In the whole universe, he says, there is none like me. In the whole earth, he says, I am the I am that I am. He says, I am Elohim, El Shaddai. When he sent you, he said, tell them that I sent you. And the Bible says that he created us in his image. So that means to say that, who is that naysayer? I don't know if you're getting this. See, we live in a society where they are quick to cancel you if you do not follow their advices. They are quick to cancel you if you do not believe in their opinions and lose your values. But when you understand and come to the reality that you are God, because even the Bible tells us that ye are gods. Since the day I realized that I am a God, my life has changed for good. Yes, I am human, but I understand that he who made me has given me the liberty as a God over my life. So things do not happen to me by chance, because I believe that I have the ability, and it all begins from my mind, to change the reality that I want to see. So if you want to share your message with the world, you need to first of all understand that you're going to encounter challenges on your way, but then you need to believe and see that you are a God. The God mindset is what would help you to have everlasting confidence. That no matter what comes your way, no matter what happens, you would always remember and believe that, yes, I am a God. And I have the ability to create the change that I want to see in the world. Another characteristic of a God is that aside being unique, gods are excellent people. When you see God and the things that he has created, you begin to marvel at what manner of vision, what manner of excellence. So before you can say you want to communicate or go out and do anything with confidence, after you understand the power of your voice and the change, you need to have an excellent spirit. Seest thou a man diligent? He will stand before kings. The Bible says that men will come to your rising. Now, Gentiles will come to the shining of your light, and also kings will come to the shining of your light. Kings don't deal with mediocres. So in all that you do, when it comes to communicating and making your message to reach to the world, you need to understand that after finding your unique self as a God, you don't play low, you don't do average, you don't do anything that is below standard. You want to be seen as a standard of excellence. You want to be in your own league. Everything that comes out from your mouth has to be different. Before you share information, you want to check if that information is true, if it is correct. A God doesn't want to be seen as somebody that doesn't think smart, doesn't think critically, and doesn't do things excellently by verifying facts and checking. So you want to be excellent in everything that you do. If you're volunteering, do it like you are being paid millions of dollars. If you are doing any job, do it like you have no tomorrow. That is another characteristic of God. So aside being unique, you need to understand that excellent should be your watchword. See, for me, there's no time you're going to call me on a project that I don't deliver. Many times, even when I'm comparing events, you cannot tell if it's volunteering I'm doing or if I'm being paid. Because every event, I come with a different side to me. I do things excellently. Every single job I have been given, people always come back to refer me. So you need to understand as a God, you are excellent. The next thing you want to understand is for you to speak with confidence, you need to connect with your spirituality and learn to discern, learn to be discerning. So in communication, you don't just open your mouth and begin to speak because you have something to say. You should learn to connect with the audience whenever you are being asked to speak. Whenever your audience is, you are speaking to a group of people, you should be able to let them tap into your energy. All right? Because if you cannot do that, that is why you listen to some speakers, you want to sleep because they don't understand that as a God, nobody has the right to hear you speak and they are sleeping. No. As a God, they need to listen and be immersed in your energy, be immersed in the knowledge that you're sharing to them or with them. So I want to go back and recap. If you're going to live with anything today and be a voice in this world that, mediocrity is now a normal thing, everybody just wants to, there's an influx of information and people don't want to build depth. No, as a God, you need to understand that you have to build depth. Burn your night candles, read, study, so that when you have the opportunity to share your message with the world, you will do it with so much confidence. And in this era, one resource that you need to have and not play with levity is the internet and social media. Don't just open a social media page like every other person. Open a social media page and be strategic about it. Don't put a profile picture with you doing like this, a selfie. No, gods don't do things ordinarily. So open a social media page, put a right bio. What do you help people do in that place? Don't say, I am a child of God. I am the child of the Lion of Tribe of Judah. I'm a fine girl. I am this. No, no, no. Put out what you help people do. For me, when you go on my Facebook page, Comfort Mordi, you will see I dare you to be more and do more. Public speaker, events, expert, and I write what I do and what I help you do. If people scroll through your social media page, will they say that you are a normal human being or you are abnormal? In 1 second or in 5 seconds, if I scroll through your page, will I want to keep on listening to you? Will I want to keep scrolling? Ask yourself, if I'm the one scrolling to this page, will I be happy with what I've written? So you want to go to the studio, invest in how you look. Gods don't look like paupers. I'm not asking you to pretend. Don't look like someone that is living in under the bridge. Take your time, because one of the voices that you have is your appearance. So you want to appear well online so that you can attract the right kind of people. I'm not saying that you should fake it till you make it. That's not what I'm trying to preach here. But I'm trying to say that even your appearance is communication. So use the internet well, position yourself, don't write no. Learn how to communicate rightly. When you are writing, check for errors. Don't just post things anyhow. Choose your consistency plan and use the internet to share your message to the world. Be consistent. Don't post today and post after 2 weeks. All right? And try to find what is unique about you. Somebody shouldn't come to your page and see 1 million tags celebrating masquerade festival with 99 persons and you, and they are seeing it on your tagline. No. So I want to go back again. I have one more minute to end. You need to understand that communicating with confidence starts on the foundation. Understanding that you have the ability to speak your message and share your message with the world. Number one, understanding that your voice must be heard. You cannot afford to stay hidden. You cannot afford not to be known. You are too loaded. You know, God has given you too many gifts for you to stay hidden. No, we want to hear your voice. We want to hear you speak. Why is it that anytime a new artist comes out, people want to listen to that person? Because that person is unique. Even if we have 1 million Beyonces, every one of them will not be the same. So you have to understand that you are unique. Don't say, oh, this place is too oversaturated. Oh, this thing I want to do. What is unique about you that would make people want to listen to you? Find it. Find your voice. Find your skills. Find the resources that you have. And understand communication proper. If you don't know how to communicate, register for a public speaking class. I have a public speaking academy where it's public speaking. You can register. All right. Don't you have no excuse not to come with your A game. So this is where I'm going to stop tonight. I believe that you've learned so much. I look forward to answering your questions. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Please, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Great, great, great. This was awesome. Please, can you give Comfort Modi a round, like a standing ovation? Okay, let me stand here. You did amazing. You did great. Like I learned a lot from this session. Thank you
Thank you.
very much. And I want to believe we've all learned something too. Please, if you've learned something too, can you just give Comfort Modi a clap innovation, a standing ovation, any way you can give? We'll give it to her tonight. If you've learned something, if you've gotten value from the knowledge she has shared tonight, please just give her a round of applause, please. I'm waiting for you. I've not seen anything yet. Too. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. So thank you very much. I really learned a lot personally, and I know different things I'm going to apply to my own life. So please, if you have questions for her, this is the time for you to ask. Okay, this is time for you to ask. So I'll like to ask a question, and I'm asking this question
Okay.
because I've personally been like a victim of it, or should I say victim of it? But several people that ask me questions about public speaking, that's what they ask me. So you are too loaded for the world not to hear. Exactly, we are too loaded for the world not to hear about us. Yes. So for some people that they know they have something inside of them that the world needs, that you spoke about your uniqueness, that they have a uniqueness, they have something that they need to communicate to the world. And also you spoke about learning skills, preparing yourself to become excellent. Now, if someone have that and someone is preparing himself, but still find it difficult to communicate, because I've seen people say, I've read books, I've done this. Still, when I get to the front of people, I'm still shy, I'm still shaking and stuff like that. What is there something we can? I know mindset is involved, but is there something we can just speak to such a person if the person on this call? They've read the books, they have the message, they've read the books, they've learned a lot. But once it's time, they still falter, like they fail. So is there something we can like tell such a young person here that is listening? Okay. I think you get my
Thank you
question.
very much. Yes, I do. Thank you very much, Mordecai. So, if really you have, thank you, Godwin. Thank you so much. So, if really you have shaping your skills, you know what you want to talk about. Now, this is not about you not having clarity, right, Mordecai? You already have clarity of
Yes.
what you want to share, right? But you still find yourself not being able to share it. I can say that there are many factors involved. Number one factor that I'll say is your environment. And I always say that environment is not where you live, but the people around you. So, who are the people around you? You know, many times there's something in psychology that is called classical conditioning. Classical conditioning. And I'm going to explain what that means. So, classical conditioning is a kind of conditioning that you don't even know you are conditioned to think in a particular kind of way. So let me give an example. You walk into a room and you see everybody is standing. Nobody tells you to stand, but you are standing too. Do you understand? That is an example of classical conditioning. We have different kinds of classical conditioning. I'm just giving you an example. Now, it might be that that person is in an environment. I remember I said environment is not where you live, but the people that are around you. That person is in an environment where everybody around them has great gifts, but they've always not learned to shine their lights. So maybe his mom, his dad, his uncle, somebody around the environment has good gifts, great gifts that for one reason or the other, they're always keeping it. Or maybe they believe, we don't want big devil see say we get it. If you go shine your light like this, arrow will happen. You know, this kind of mindset thing. And I was thinking about noise in communication. And one thing that affects communication is really noise, biases, you know, cultural myopias, how we were raised. Sometimes these things they don't tell us. experience is not until you experience it personally. Experience is some of the things that you see. Some person say, this is how I am. It is not how you are. It is how you've been mentally shaped. So the first thing I want to tell the person is they need an environment shift. And number two is they need to, another thing is fear. They are afraid. Fear is the line in between can and can't. That's just it. Fear. So they feel like, oh, what if people laugh at me? See, let me tell you, sit with yourself and try to understand, immerse what I said tonight, that you are a God. That was the changing point for me, Mordecai. I used to be the worst person ever that you could stay by. If you call me out before to speak, I can swear for you in my mind, like I would curse you in my mind. No, I'm not, no jokes. People, when I say this, people think people don't believe me. I was having a chat with an old friend, an old classmate that met me online, Facebook, and it was like, Comfort, I can't believe you had one day public speaking, teaching public speaking. He was saying, I share that chat with people because people always say that, oh, Comfort is a lie. You never used to be somebody who could not communicate. I had to sit with myself and I told myself that, how long will I keep on like this? You have too much to share. See, you have to get to a point where you really understand what is happening to you. You have to, how badly do you want something? How badly do you want to share your message to the world? If you don't want it badly, then you're not going to try. Then another thing that I would tell you is you can register for my public speaking academy. I've had a lot of persons that sometimes communication, again, another reason why some persons are afraid to communicate, not because they lack clarity, it's because of their past experiences, traumatic experiences. They were sexually harassed, they were bullied, so many things. So in my academy, we address each of these things. All right. So registration is on now. You can join us. It's just 25,000 naira for 1 month intensive. Intensive. Nobody passes through the academy and comes out the same. So one of the things that I said is, number one, you need to understand that your environment is one thing messing with you, and that thing is fear, and then you need to ask yourself how badly you want it, and then you need mentorship. You need somebody to hold you by your hand. That is why I have myself here and other persons who are also public speakers and are willing to share their wealth of experience. Yeah, so you have to just make sure you do any of these things, and I can assure you that you'll do well. So just start.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm sure there's someone that is listening that also, I love the story you shared, okay? Because people are really, I read a research and this mentioned that the second thing people fear, maybe the most feared something is public speaking. The most
No,
feared,
it is the
I can't
most.
remember
Yes, it
the
is.
most,
It is one of the most
wow.
dreadful things for people. That is why people adore those who can speak in public. Just think about it. The reason people adore you if you can speak well is because they see you doing something that they cannot imagine themselves doing. So if you notice, people adore, that they follow a lot, there are people that are excellent public speakers. One reason people follow them and appreciate them a lot and can kiss their feet is because you can speak in the front of 1 million people. Me, I cannot speak in the front of like 10 persons. You get, so there's this worship they have. They don't know it, but because you can do something they cannot do, and the world will always appreciate those who can express themselves more than those who are intelligent. It doesn't matter how much you know, if you cannot share it, the world doesn't care.
That's true. That's true. I remember Apostle Femi Lazarus was saying that the world favors the brave. That means regardless of what you have, if you can explain to the world, people will follow you. So
It
thank you
does not.
very much. I didn't get that. What you say?
Good product does not sell itself, honestly.
Exactly. So thank you very much. I've learned a lot. I can't wait to start applying these. And everyone watching us tonight, I'm sure you've learned something beyond what she has shared. She started with mindset about. She said we all have the power, the ability to change the world. She spoke about power. She also went on to speak about the voice that we need. We have the talent, we have the skills. We have to develop it sometimes so that we can communicate with excellence. She also talk about change, that we must have an objective, the legacy we want to create in the world. and also spoke about communication, how to pass out our message, the sender, receiver, the message itself, and the platforms. This is a platform actually like for communicating a message I have, and she has to. Okay, she spoke about noise, and I love the idea, internal noise, external, because sometimes you're not there. I will hear something that you can't do it. Who are you? Why are you standing? And that can distract you from you communicating it. So I love the concept about the external noise and the internal noise that can distract us from communicating what is inside of us. So I really enjoyed this. Okay, I learned a lot. I'm going to come back and watch this video again. Please register, okay, or apply for the Speed to Stardom Academy. I was saying during your introduction that I saw about 4 videos of people expressing what they learned from the Speed to Stardom Academy. And guess what? Just 5,000 naira. 5,000 naira to change your life forever. 5,000 naira. Oh,
25.
oh,
25,000.
25,000 is not too much for you to change your life forever. Okay, 25,000 is not too much. I will change the second. What do you say?
The class is for 1 month. It's 25,000 naira, and we teach communication proper. So communication is not public speaking is an aspect of communication. All right. So we teach communication. We go in depth. Teach communication. We teach listening skills. We teach public speaking. Everything you need to know about public speaking. We teach diction. We teach branding. So we have experts that teach branding, and then we also teach how to pitch your business to get grants. There are exercises, so many things, and then you also get certification for 1 month.
Wow. Please go and register for it, okay? Go and register. So we have a question here. Let me check it out.
Okay, I can see it. Okay, Miss Sharon said, my question is, when you learn about public speaking, I noticed if you don't have channels to speak, you can't still speak in public. So I understand her question. She's saying that after learning about public speaking, you need to have channels, you need to have platforms to speak. Now, if you remember what I said, you start by creating a platform for yourself. There is something you know that you can share. There is something you have that you can share. I always tell my students, I always teach them, yes, this is one particular module we have in the academy where I teach them how to constantly develop their skill. I'm a speaker, but you don't get public speaking invites every day, Mordecai, do you?
No.
Public speaking invites every month. Sometimes in a month, I don't get any public speaking invites. Why sometimes in a month, every single week, physical event, I am invited to speak. Now, the thing is, before you get to that level where you are invited to speak or not, you need to create an opportunity for yourself. Number one thing is you have to volunteer. Volunteering is important. So you don't have to wait for channels to come to you. Nobody knows you yet. That is the fact. You have to pay the price. You have to create channels. For me, I started with volunteering. Volunteer to lead a conversation. When you are in the midst of your friends, you don't have to wait until it's a big platform. You're 10 in number, 20 in number. Volunteer to, okay, I will, let me lead this conversation. Sometimes call your friends. Let's discuss about something. You're shaping your communication skills like that. I want to share something that I know. In church, volunteer to lead. Do something. All right? Everywhere you go, to try to lead, to start a conversation, to, be an assistant lead in taking care of a conversation. When they say, oh, can somebody come and compare this event or MC this event, you come out and you try to do it. Go up on YouTube and check for videos that would help you. You have to be intentional about it. And when people see that you are good, that is when they will now begin to invite you. Nobody's going to invite you without experiencing you. All right? So another thing you can do is you can start by recording videos. Get a ring light. Ring light is not really expensive. Instead of you going to get, what's it called? This LED light. A LED light is around 45,000. If you cannot afford that, you can get a ring light. A ring light is about 15,000 naira. If you are very serious, you can get it. You buy a ring light, you get a power bank if you're staying in a place where there's no light. This is being practical here. We all started from somewhere. All right. Then after that, once in a while, record your knowledge about something. The moment you're able to face the camera, some people cannot look at their face. Once you can start sharing your knowledge, 1 minute video, post it as reels, 1 minute, 30 seconds video, post it as reels. Sometimes go live, share something. That is how you consistently build that confidence. When I started doing public speaking, I'm not ashamed to say it though. I started with using torchlights. You will invite me to speak. I will use my torchlight. If I don't tell him, you know. But now I have different lights in my house. I have a ring light. I have LED lights. I have mic. So you have to start somewhere. Do you understand? So it has to be with the ability. First of all, think about the ability and then the resources. What do you want? If you really want to do something, there is no stopping you. If there is a will, there will be a way. So that is my answer to this question.
Great, great. And Sharon, I hope you've learned something from that answer. And if, in fact, this things on people TV is like a testament to what you just said, because I'm usually shy to come live soon. Like, come on, like if I see people do that, wow. If I see those people do, I say, wow. But I discovered that what I'm going to do with my life involve that I come live and face the crowd. So I thought to myself, that was in 2000. We do have this session on WhatsApp group, two shots. But I told myself,
Okay.
to stop running away from this thing. So in 2022, that was last year, or 2022 years, I created this channel. Okay. So you share the first
I
videos.
I always run away from invites where they say I should come and teach on WhatsApp. I don't like it.
Hmm.
I seriously I cannot I would imagine I'm like I cannot express myself so well because
Yeah.
you know there's something people see your expression, passing a message. I'm a very good writer. I started out with writing. I've made
Hmm.
lots of money from writing. But I feel like when you want to share a message, people should hear you speak, hear your emotions, hear all of those things. It's important. So I tell people to you can start with WhatsApp, but don't continue. Please move to higher
Hmm.
levels. Please.
Exactly. Exactly. And this is what I did. We started, and now we've done over 20 videos, and I've noticed that I'm usually shy to speak in front of camera. Now I'm getting better at this after 20 videos. Okay. So sometimes it's not waiting to be perfect. Someone said something, some of them said
Yeah.
something. They said, don't be perfect to start. You have to start to be perfect. So come life. Yes, come life. See what you can. The more you do it, you get. Now, I'm not really shy. I'm not. See, I actually shake before when I was speaking in front of. But now I'm getting. I'm not. I don't care about. Not that you focus nice art and speak more fluently and stuff, but about the shyness that disappeared because of the
Yeah.
consistency. So for someone there, for what you said, don't wait for them to invite you. Create your own channel. Invite yourself. I invite myself to speak here most times. Check the videos, okay? So please don't wait. All right. Let people see what you can. Even go and check comfort videos on Facebook. I check your videos on YouTube too. I saw your various videos that they invited to speak already. So you have the track record, and before people invite you, sometimes you check those things. All right. So create your own channel, if possible, make your own platform, and then share your message there. You wanted to say something, comfort.
Yeah, I said you could also use natural light if you don't have money
Okay.
yet to get.
Hmm.
You could use that is you always have to optimize when it's bright, come out and use natural light. All right. So if you don't have the time, see one thing I've always said is many of these things that we say we cannot do are just excuses, honestly. Because if I remember how I started, I had every reason to make excuses. But then I'll put a torchlight on I have a particular cup that the back of the cup was deep. So I'll put the torchlight there so to be stable. And where I was staying then, the background was not good. I'm talking about some years back. And I would stay at the door. The door was the only beautiful thing in that house. I'll stay at the door. You will not know if I don't tell you. No, that's the truth. And I will share so much knowledge. So sometimes it's just unnecessary excuses. If you really want to share your message so badly, how badly do you want what you want? That is just what I'll say.
Wow. Thank you so much once again. Please go and register. Godwin, you are saying 25K is too big. See, it's not too big. If something will transform your life forever, it's not too big. And then it's big for you now. That's why you have to plan towards it, okay? If it involves saving 5K every month and register maybe closer to December. But if it's something you decide on, okay, 25K is really not too big for something that will change your life. Okay, you can't put the price on value because you will earn multiple. Yes,
Yes.
do you get what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Different payment plans. So you can pay twice, you can pay three times. The next batch is
Okay,
in
great.
July or August. So some persons are already paying little by little before then.
Okay.
When you are done, get into the class. There's no amount that is too small to change your life, honestly.
Exactly. Exactly.
Too much to change
So
your
I
life.
know we've gotten that. Okay, please, and you can follow across our platform. Can you just mention maybe your handles or something that they can follow you?
Okay. On Facebook, I am Comfort Mordi. The name you're seeing displayed. You will see my beautiful face there. I have a page and I have a profile. So kindly follow the profile. The profile, I have 12K followers there. That's where I'm more active. Then follow me on Instagram. I am preparing to begin to share a lot of videos. You can also follow me on Instagram. On Instagram, I am the Comfort Modi. All right. Then on YouTube, I am still Comfort Modi or the Flaming Lamp. So just check me out. I'm Comfort Modi almost everywhere. On LinkedIn, I'm still Comfort Modi on LinkedIn. On TikTok, I am the Flaming Lamp on TikTok. So just follow me. I want to start sharing videos that will help people learn how to communicate better and other things that I do. So just hit the follow button. If you can send me a friend request, I don't know if I still have the opportunity to accept friends, but just yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again, and everyone for joining tonight. Godwin, Sharon, Success, everyone that joined tonight, thank you so much. The replay will be available here, so you can come back and watch and learn again. All right. So once again, please help me go to our pages and follow our post, okay, and comment. Let me thank her, anybody you see her, let me appreciate her for having herself tonight to share from our wealth of knowledge. I really appreciate this, and I will not take this for granted. Thank you very much. Until we see next month for our next webinar on Top Club, do have a great night rest and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.
All right, all right. Night. Bye. Thank you.